The names are Jan Chen, co-founder of Developer Analytics, Ian Swanson, founder of SocialMetrics, Albert Lai of Cotangent. Oh, I saw him. Albert and Mark, son of the founder of Social App. No wonder, because I filmed him 2 weeks ago or last week.
For analysis, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there are metrics that are outside of virality and referral and conversion and all of that. We two applications that are taking advantage of our tool that are doing some of what you're talking about. We provide custom tags that enable you to add onto a meter that signifies the goodness or the quality level of a particular source of traffic or a particular type of user. So you may assign a particular action, like a user-generated content piece that was highly rated, as a +5 on this particular category of users. We have similar implementations with a couple of apps that Seth had actually mentioned, Friends for Sale and Compare People are both top 10 apps that we work with that very, very much focus on sort of these quality metrics that fall outside of this.
Now, is this something that you're doing on a consultative basis, or is this something that can be fed into just a dashboard product?
We have a platform and a dashboard that enable you to do these sort of custom hooks.
I guess sorry, quick follow-up. In your answer, can you maybe mention if you currently have some sort of dashboard turnkey product and what it costs?
That's a great question for all of us. We have a freemium model. Our basic product is free. There are certain premium features that we charge on a case-by-case basis, and we're deployed in private beta right now.
I mean, just to answer your questions, same case here in terms of the model we're operating on. It is a premium model and internal beta as well.
This guy is Mark from Social App.
On board. As to your question, our model is comes from a point of view. It's to make it easier, as easy as possible on the developer and the publisher. So we actually have our basic analytics package is no code change. Practice. There's no code change whatsoever in your base code. Anything beyond that, and for some of the deeper analytics, is something that more on an iterative development community level. Receive feedback from early publishing developers, but that's pretty much our model.
We have an API that we have out there that you can do action tagging and stuff like Albert and other people on the panel. Our business model is we are free too. Which is kind of scary from a lot of developers that are out there. It's like, okay, you're free, so what are you doing with all the data? There's a lot of companies out there that they take this data and they sell this data, so they don't really see it as your data, they see it as their data at that point. We don't take that approach at all. We rolled out other products such as the social ad server, and we're doing some stuff in terms of partnering with different ad networks. They're going to help feed revenue to you, so help grow your revenue, help grow your monetization channels through analytics. And we have some business models in there in terms of rev share and things that we're doing.
All right, so developer analytics currently, as it stands from the website, we work more close. It's much more developer focused. Developers can insert a chunk of their our code on their page, and they get advanced statistics. Aside from traditional age, sex, location, and things like that, we also do application user overlap. How many people who have added your application, what other applications they've added, as well as like average friend count distributions, things like that. One of our new product that's coming out, what we're doing is we're taking this approach and making it much more advertising and professional focused. And it's essentially, we're opening up our data on our end into this more search platform model, self-serve, where you can essentially search either based off of application or demographic, applications that match a certain demographic profile, say applications with more than 75% male users, for instance, and get that information back. And we're going to be selling reports on both, on an application basis, much more.
Relatively inexpensive to build, but I can't help
Can
thinking
develop
as
content for these social
viral
applications.
tools get codified, that it's going to then switch back to content is becoming more important, which is really the way the world works in most media.
Content's very important, but from all standpoints, not from the very beginning. Is Zaimim here? I know he was going to show up today and talk about his platform. So and there's different platforms that are rolling out that are allowing you to tap into their content. So it's making it easier for developers to, not just have UGC, user-generated content, but also tap into professional content as well, whether it's movies and music. I came from AOL, and I know at AOL we were talking about opening up all of our content. And a lot of the other major portals and major sites are thinking about it the same way, where you're now taking content and almost widgetizing it and enabling developers to use that, build in the viral loops and stuff, and build off of it. So there's going to be a lot more opportunities here in the near future of not just UGC, but grabbing professional content.
Yeah, I mean, from kind of drawing on that, from our since the platform launch, it's been mostly a lot of, we've seen an influx of a lot of independent developers coming in. Definitely now, the trend has been much larger players are coming online into this space, both, from the gaming side, EA, Sierra Online, bigger players like that.
This
And
is
so
the marketing
when
panel.
anyone would play the app, instead of saying,
And,
Mike Germano played the Earn Money for Breast Cancer app today, it said,
I think
Mike
the focus
Germano
of
raised
this is
money
how
for breast cancer
you have to
awareness.
dumb the metrics
And so
or
that's
instrument
exactly
the
the image
metrics.
that you
You've
want to come
got to
across. I
actually
mean,
figure
once
out
again,
how
these
you're
people
going
are
to sell
very
this thing.
conscientious about how their images, what other people think of them. All of a sudden, there's something so nice as saying, and they did it for free, by the way. They didn't have to donate any money. They were just playing with our games and getting, advertising dollars. We call it Robin Hood marketing. We're stealing from the rich, so all you media buyers or whatever. We're stealing from you guys all your money and then taking part of it and giving the rest to charity. But it was a nice way to sit there, and they wanted to make sure that was on their profile, on their newsfeed, that they were raising money. Meanwhile, the message that you give to people in email, it has to be very quick, it has to be very concise, and each week we would send them an email that says, oh, you haven't earned money for this app today, please make sure you do your part, and try to give maybe a little bit of a guilt email out there, and that we saw to bring back some more engagement. And those were two ways that we worked on the verbiage. Also with Major League Baseball, what we're doing is you'll have the ability to write on Alex Rodriguez's A-Rod's wall. So me being it's nice that you put a Red Sox fan up here. I wish I had known this before, because I would have made, I don't know what you're a fan of, I would have made you sit here, because unfortunately us sitting together is not, it's not healthy. But as a Yankee fan, I would like to go on to, the Yankee players' walls and say something that shows up in the newsfeed. So it says, Mike Germano wrote on A-Rod's wall. Well, that sends a nice message that I want all my friends to see. And in addition, is something that people are willing to have on there. I mean, don't want to have something with 8 lines, something that doesn't make sense.